What if I told you the government once tried to control the human mind? Not in science fiction, not in theory, but in real life. In the 1950s, at the height of Cold War paranoia, the Central Intelligence Agency launched a secret program. Its goal, to break the human psyche and rebuild it. They called it Project IMC. Thousands of people were involved. Many didn't even know they were part of it. Some lost their sanity. Some lost their lives. And decades later, the truth is still incomplete, because much of the evidence was destroyed. This is a story of the experiment that tried to control the human mind and the secrets that still haunt us today. To understand MKUltra, you have to go back to fear, the early Cold War. America and the Soviet Union weren't just competing for power, they were competing for control over the human mind. Rumors spread that American prisoners of war in Korea had been brainwashed. Some confessed to crimes, others praised communism to US intelligence. This wasn't a coincidence. It was a threat. The CIA believed enemies had discovered something terrifying, a way to control thoughts. And so, they asked a dangerous question. What if we could do the same? In 1953, CIA Director Allen Dulles approved a new program. Its mission was simple to say, but terrifying to execute. Control the human mind. MKUltra wasn't just one experiment. It was a network of over 150 sub-projects. Universities, hospitals, prisons. Many didn't even know they were working for the CIA. The goal, find a way to break a person down and rebuild them. A human reset button. One substance quickly became central to MKUltra: LSD. At the time, it was new, unknown, powerful. The CIA believed it might unlock the secrets of the mind. Could it force someone to tell the truth? Erase memories, control behavior, so they tested it. On soldiers, on patients, on ordinary people. Often without consent. People were drugged without warning. Others never fully recovered. The mind, once broken, didn't always come back. This is where the story turns darker. Because MKUltra wasn't just about science. It was about control at any cost. Participants weren't told what they were taking. Some didn't even know they were in an experiment. Doctors, scientists, and institutions were unknowingly funded by the CIA. Patients came in for treatment and became test subjects. The line between research and abuse disappeared. Disappeared. Drugs weren't enough. The CIA wanted more. They explored sensory deprivation, locking people in darkness for days. Sleep deprivation, keeping them awake until reality blurred. Hypnosis, electroshock, the gold wasn't just to study the mind. It was to destroy it and then rebuild it. They believed that if you could erase a person completely, you could write something new in its place. But what they found was chaos. Some of the strangest experiments didn't happen in labs. They happened in apartments. In cities like San Francisco, the CIA set up secret safe houses. Inside, unsuspecting individuals were lured in, given drinks, conversations, a sense of normalcy. But behind the scenes, they were being drugged, watched through one-way mirrors. Their behavior recorded, their reactions studied. It wasn't science fiction. It was happening in real life. One story stands out. Frank Olson, a scientist working with the CIA. In 1953, he was secretly given LSD during a meeting. He didn't know. Days later, he began to unravel. Paranoia, fear, confusion, and then he fell from a hotel window. Officially, it was ruled a suicide. But many believe there was more to the story. Even today, the truth remains unclear. MKUltra had one defining feature: no boundaries, no oversight, no accountability. The urgency of the Cold War justified everything. If there was even a chance the enemy could control minds, then nothing was off limits. But as the experiments grew more extreme, so did the consequences. For years, MKUltra remained hidden, completely secret, until the 1970s. America was already shaken by the Watergate scandal. Trust in government was collapsing. That's when investigators started digging. What they uncovered shocked the nation. In 1975, the Church Committee launched an investigation. Their goal: expose abuses by intelligence agencies. What they found was disturbing. Secret experiments, unwitting subjects, psychological torture. But there was a problem. Most of the records were gone. In 1973, CIA Director Richard Helms ordered the destruction of MKUltra files. Thousands of documents erased, gone forever. What remains today is only a fraction of the truth, which raises a chilling question. What did they destroy, and why? When MKUltra was exposed, public outrage followed. The idea that citizens had been experimented on without consent was almost impossible to accept. Reforms were introduced: stricter rules, ethical standards, and oversight. But for many victims, it was too late. Today, MKUltra lives on in a different way. As a warning, a reminder of what can happen when power goes unchecked. It has become part of history and part of myth. Some stories are exaggerated. Others may still be hidden, because the full truth we may never know. MKUltra wasn't just an experiment. It was a question. How far would we go in the name of security? And what happens when we cross the line? The human mind is fragile, complex, and not meant to be controlled. Yet, for a moment in history, someone tried, and the consequences are still echoing today. So the next time you hear about mind control, ask yourself, is it really just fiction or something we've already tried?